conductors.
Hello, Dixon. This is Michael Oma on the mic. You can find me on IG, Instagram as Michael Oma, MIKELOMAA. So this is the season 1 of this podcast. Actually, we've been doing this podcast before, but then we wanted to make the quality better, so we stopped. Yeah, the other hosts are not going to be available for now, but this season 1 is going to be interesting. You know why? Because we want to do something exciting. Lessons from the streets. What are those things we can learn from the street? And so under this season 1, we have several episodes there. We have, with the one we are going to be talking about today, is going to be talking about if a bus conductor is an entrepreneur. Wow. What if a bus conductor is an entrepreneur? So we are going to be learning the sales process of a bus conductor. The sales process of a bus conductor. There are other episodes to come around, so you should not miss this. I'm going to go straight in right now. So what do we mean by sales process? Some people don't know it. Even some entrepreneurs don't understand what sales process means, and they call themselves an entrepreneur. Well, it's not a bad thing. You can learn that now. Even some salespersons don't know what a sales process is. So what is a sales process? A sales process is everything that is done to make someone buy something. Everything that is done to make someone buy something. So some of us, we are selling, but we don't have a process by which we make people move from who they have to buying from us. You know, aside from just answering them anyhow, there is something we call sales process. It is better, it is easier, and you know, it just gives you the guide, and it makes it easy for people to buy. All right, so that is what a sales process is. But a lot of people don't use this. When people just message them about their product, they just say whatever they like, and whatever they say depends on their mood. If in case you don't know, if I'm selling something right now and somebody message me about what I'm selling that is interested, if I'm not happy at that moment, you should know that the way I will respond will not be very okay. Do you understand what I'm saying? Alright, so what will you learn today from this episode? What are you going to learn? So you are going to learn how a bus conductor uses the sales process. You know, how they upsell, how they downsell, how they do collaboration, how they persuade, how they use social proof. You might be wondering, how can a conductor be using that? They are using it, but we don't know. So I'm going to explain, I'm going to show you how they do that. Isn't that amazing, right? So let's go straight in because of our time. Let me show you how a typical bus conductor in Nigeria is. You know, how they do in Nigeria. So I know you probably might not be listening from Nigeria, so I want to show you a typical example. Listen, let's assume I'm going to Ikeja now, and I want to take a bus from, let's say, Agege. You hear something like Ikeja, Oshodi, Ikeja, Oshodi, Maryland, Ikeja, Oshodi, Ikeja, Oshodi, Maryland. Don't mind me. You see, that's how it works. Yeah, in Nigeria, especially all those public buses. I know we still have some other ones like Uber, like Taxify. I'm not saying all those ones. I'm talking about the real buses in Nigeria. You hear somebody shouting, Ikeja, Shon Law, is it going? Ikeja, Oshodi, with that deep voice, Oshodi. Alright, so let me take you through some of the sales process. At least 20 positive steps all these conductors use to get a passenger. 20 positive steps and 4 negative steps they use. You will learn a lot from this thing. I bet with you can sue me if you don't learn from this. Seriously. But before we go in, this episode is sponsored by Tumihub. Tumihub is one of the largest career community available at your convenience. WhatsApp, website, and all social media platform. The best ways to describe the experience you will get on Tumihub today is, now imagine that your role model, the one that you love the most, is on WhatsApp, and then he asks you one day, message you one day to come around, that you begin to stay with him for the rest of your life to learn until you can go on your own to become somebody's role model. You see, that's what, imagine if your role model is like, let's say, Wizkid, or let's say, who else now? Kanye West in the music industry. If football, let's say Ronaldo says, hey guy, please come around. He messaged you on WhatsApp, say, come around, let me show you how I do my stuff. So that's exactly what Tumihub is doing for the youth of nowadays. And that's where you should be. You should be with us to this. Find us at tumihub.com on Google it. Tumihub.com. Find us, click on the WhatsApp icon, and you get across to us. Or you check the show note below in this podcast to get through to us. Now let's go in to the number one thing you will learn from a bus conductor. So let's say you want to go to a park where all those buses are. Number one thing you will see them do is that in the park, in the bus park, you see some people inside. Don't be deceived. Some of them are not passengers. Some of them one of them is the bus driver that is sitting in the passenger seat. It's not sitting in the driver's seat. It's sitting in the passenger seat. Some of them are even other drivers sitting somewhere in the bus. I've had to see this several times. A lot of time I used to see this. So that when people started coming in and they are already in their numbers, those people started coming out and started going to the respective places. What does that mean? That's what we call social proof. Social proof. Because in Nigeria, if a bus is empty, people don't want to enter. They will go and find one that is not empty, or they will take a bike to somewhere else and go and take it somewhere else. So these people understand these tactics, and what they give you is a social proof. Look, this bus is already almost filled. There are a lot of people there. It will soon get filled up. So social proof is coined in 1984 by Otto Robert Cialdini. I'm sorry I couldn't pronounce it very. In his book called Influence. People copy the actions of others in an attempt to emulate behavior in certain situations. That's just it. You see, don't be lied to that. Don't follow them. People follow the crowd a lot in the world. You follow the crowd. If you're on Twitter and they are talking about something trending, you really most likely want to check that trendy things. So if it's a music, you most likely want to go check it out. Social proof is very, very important. Some of you sell stuff, but you don't give your intending buyer social proof that, okay, see, truly, these people are interested in this thing. Oxford Divine Social Proof, he said, is the idea that customers will adapt their behavior according to what others are doing. That's exactly it. Customers will adapt their behavior exactly how others are doing it. Okay, so how do you use social proof? Use experts. Imagine if you're selling sneakers, or you are making sneakers, then a celebrity puts on your sneaker. That's a social proof that this sneakers is of quality. People will start buying it from you. That's just a fact. They'll start buying from you because they know that if this person can wear it, it's of quality. So using of celebrities, or when an expert in the field, let's say fashion field now, there's an expert there, and then the person talk about your product very well. You know that you can use that and tell intending buyers, look at what this expert is saying. This is his qualification. So you can use users. So for those of you that those that are starting small, tell those people that have patronized you to say something about your brand. That's if what you give them is quality. If it's not quality enough, they will say something negative. So you see, users are one of the best ways to get social proof. They have used it. They've experienced this. They know people like to hear from these people because they know that, yes, when I hear from these people, it is the real thing. And that's what you see on all these e-commerce websites like Amazon. You see reviews. Reviews makes people buy. Before anybody buys something on this platform, they go check the review. You hear people say that this product is not too good, and the person leave. We also have them, you also on your Google Play Store or your Apple Store, you see reviews there. That's what users, you can use users to get your what, your social proof. Tell them, ask them for it, ask them for it. Then people follow the crowd a lot. If you do something and a lot of people are already joining, take a screenshot, let people know, show it out there that, okay, see guys, people are actually going for this. Another way to come up with social proof is when somebody tells his friend about something, there's a high probability that that friend will do that thing. So if I see a movie now and I go tell my friend that, hi, see, this movie is one of the best, Money Heist, one of the best, blah blah blah, that my friend, because of my testimony about that, can go watch that movie. So encourage people to share with their friends. Encourage people to share with their friends. Then certification in the sense that when you begin to show people that, okay guys, I'm actually learning, I've gotten a certificate from Harvard school, they begin to say, okay, this person is mean business, this person is going to give quality. These are some of the ways to build social proof. Milestones, share with people what you have been able to achieve, this and that. Lifestyle, your lifestyle. You see people do that a lot on Instagram, this is on all social media platforms. It is most of the time it's not show off. It's one of the ways to show social proof. Guys, what I'm doing is making me money. Yes, I'm living well. You too can get better. All those things. Then user-generated content. User-generated content. Ask the users to give you content you can post. If it is from what people are saying is from the user, it's do more than if you say the same thing. If a user says something about your product, it has more value to the next buyer than when you say the same thing. Credentials and qualifications. Your credentials, your qualifications, if it's worthy, if it's something that can bring people to buy, share it out there. That's the reward we have today. You cannot play, you cannot hide. You cannot say you want to be under the carpet. No, you have to be house there. That's the number one, social proof. I hope you get that from a boss conductor. Number 2, price reduction. So let me give you an example. So if a bus in Nigeria is just going out, no passenger in the bus yet, then he wants to quickly get the first few persons to enter the bus. You know what he will do? He will just come and reduce the price. Ikeja, 150, Konshe 200. That means it's 150, not 200. Come in. And people start running in. You understand the fact that for him to make the first few sales, he needs to reduce the price. Interesting, and it happens. After the first few ones, he stopped taking it at that price, increase the price. So that's, in real business, it is called pre-launch offer or discount price. At the beginning of your product, don't focus on your profit. Yeah, don't focus on profit. That's what people make mistakes on. Don't focus on what? On getting social proof, like I explained in the first lesson we are learning from the conductor today. Focus on what? Getting social proof. If you have to reduce the price of your product to a very ridiculous amount, if it's not going to affect the cost of production or it's not going to kill the business, do that. It's not. You see, when I'm reading about all these big businesses that are doing competition like Pepsi and Coke, if you read about them, you see a lot of things they have done to send their competitors away. A lot of things they've done. Some of them, they reduce the price and they are making loss for months because they want to send the competitors away. Because if they give a discount price, all the customer will come to them and the competitor will not get customer, and if they are not getting customer, they will die. So they predict the number of months they need to do this for them to be able to send the competitor away, and it works. So pre-launch offer, give pre-launch offers. If you're just starting, or discounts at a particular time, maybe in Good Friday, maybe some holidays, your birthday, give those things to get what? Social proof. Social what? Proof. Number 3 is Another thing I like them to do, as soon as you enter, conductor will say, Ace, oh, man, your money there. As soon as you enter, they don't allow you to get halfway or your destination. No, they collect the money almost instantly. Oh, you have not given me money. Yes, give me my money. And they nag a lot. So that's what in the business world is called commitment fee. They collect commitment fee. You see, buying decision is hard. In a minute, somebody wants to buy something. In another minute, he has trained his mind. Why do I need it? You know, we are irrational human beings. Sometimes we buy something we don't need. So at that point, when you are still very hot, buy. You know, get them to pay commitment fee. So if you are selling a luxury item, let's say the cost you are creating is costly, you can break it down into subscription. Break it down into subscription and tell them pay this as a start. And when they pay, they are already committed to it. They find the remaining money. You understand? So it is good for luxury item, but you can also use it for your whatever you are doing. Find a way to use it for people to pay commitment fee. Wow, we've gone so far. In this episode, we are going to talk about 7. Next episode, another 7. And the last episode, another 8. So we have 3 to go. Just wait, because there's a lot you are going to learn. Trust me, there's a lot you are going to learn. Okay, so the number 4 lessons to learn from a typical conductor is, you know, when you see somebody say, where are you going? Where are you going? Come now, come in now. Don't go there. Come in, come to this one. If you go there, the place you are going is 5,000. It's more than this one. This one is just 2,000 there. Don't go there. You won't see boss there. Come in now, come in. You even drag you. That's in a business world. That's called follow up. Follow up. You see, they do follow up a lot. But in business, we don't do follow up. I don't know why. After somebody has messaged you and after a while you leave the person. No, let me give you a start for you to chew by marketing donut. It says 80% of sales leads require 5 follow-ups after their initial contact, but only 8% of salesperson actually follow up this many times. They require 5 follow-ups. So if you follow up now, they didn't respond, follow up next time, follow up. After 5 times, then you can leave them. So when you're following up, what you do is what matters the most. Sometimes what I do is the most important thing for me to acquire lead is that join my network. So on WhatsApp, save my number, let me know. Have you saved it? Yeah, okay. You will start seeing my status. I know from there you will develop interest because I know I give rich value. So that's for those that do WhatsApp. For those that do Instagram, give values. So follow up. If you're selling something, follow up. Number 1, tell them about the product. Let them go to the landing page to talk about. Number 2, tell them the essence. You know, you can do several things to follow up, but don't come like you are desperate for the money and they have to pay. You don't just do it naturally that you are trying to help them. You nurture them in the sense that let them understand the process, why it is important. So day 1 to day 5, day 1 that you send them message, you show them. Day 2, what do you want them to learn? Day 3, so that by the time they get to day 5, they already learn a lot and they feel like, wow, this thing is extremely important. So you nurture them. Then you personalize the message you send to them. Some of them think that is a broadcast message. So, but if you call their name, they'll say, okay, this one is for me. Personalization actually do work a lot, and you shouldn't joke with it. And then after all this work, if they don't respond, then you can abandon them. Just see them as what some of those people that are not really fit for your product, or in the future they will get to understand. All right, so they do follow up a lot. Number 5 we want to learn right now is, as much as these conductors try to get people in and to collect money and to pay money to this collect money, another thing they check is they'll say something like, there's one person remaining at the back, oh, it's 4-4 èèyàn kan kù lẹ́yìn mẹ́yẹn o, ẹ̀yin máa shift, adjust. There's still one person remaining at the back. Their eye is always at that point. Okay, there's still one person needed at the back. They are always knowing what the number of people they want. They always checking it out. Sales targets, maximization. That's this lesson you want to learn there. Maximizing your sales targets. Some of you don't even have 6 sales targets, and you have a product, you sell it. If you don't have a sales target, there's a lot of things that you know are not doing right. Let me show you, and I'll show you with some of these statistics. If you have a product, create a sales target. Say you just created a product now. Tell yourself that in the next 4 months, how many sales do you want to get? So in 4 months, I want 100 units sold, right? With that, you see, it's going to come in handy. There's going to be a lot of things you are going to do there. So how you're going to go about is, how many per day? So you already know it's 100 for 4 months. So how many will it be per day for you to achieve that? So you have to calculate that. Then you go to, how many leads do you need to get this daily sales? Because some of you think that as long as there's someone coming, that person must buy. No, not all leads buy. In fact, I'm going to show you some of the stats today by HubSpot. It says at least 50% of your prospects are not good fit for your offer. 50% of your prospects are not good fit for your offer. So this, it means that if you run hard or you put out your product out there and 100 people comes in, 50 out of those 100, they are not even fit for your product. So the remaining 50, and that's at least. So that means it can be more than 50 people that are not fit for your product. Out of the 100, you see the battle that we are fighting as a salesperson or as an entrepreneur. Selling is not hard and it's not easy if you understand the basic, and that's why I'm trying to tell you all this. That's one. 50% of your prospects are not fit for your offer. Number 2 stat I want you to put in mind is 60% of your customers say no 4 times before saying yes. So even those that are fit for your product, they say no how many times? 4 times before saying yes once. So that means if you tell them this today, say no. If you throw them another, they say no. If you throw them another one, it's just like a girl, you are wins a lady. Throw, say no. Throw until the 5 times. Okay. So you need to have that in mind. Another stat you need to have in mind is 10% conversion rate is very high. Let me say that again. 10% conversion rate is extremely high. And you are a guru, you are a boss. If you have 10% conversion rate, what does that mean? It means that if 100 prospect comes in, if you will be able to sell for 10 of those 100, you are a boss. Conversion rate 10 is high. You see all these big companies that you see, the highest they do is 5.3. 5.3. So that means if 100 people comes as a prospect, only 5 of them or 6 of them buys. But a lot of you, what you want is that as when 100 come, at least 70 should buy. It doesn't work that way. Sales doesn't work that way. So sorry, this is very funny. I see a lot of people that do that a lot. So you need to create a strategy. So don't forget, the lesson we are learning here is what? Sales target maximization. Have a sales target, know the number of leads that you need. So if you are targeting 100 sales in 4 months, then you know you should be needing like at least 2,000 or 3,000 leads to achieve that. So how do you get those leads? Don't forget that even if you put your product out to, let's say, Facebook ad, so it means that at least 2,000 people must click on that ad. So for 2,000 to click on that ad, that means maybe it must have been reaching 10,000 people. Your ad must have been reaching 10. You see how it goes. So that's just it. You need to understand your sales target. From sales target, take it up to your hard work. It's very important. Next lesson, which is number 6. I hope you're learning a lot from this podcast because I am enjoying it. I'm feeling myself. So number 6 is what? You see, a conductor can sight somebody from afar, very far. As he's calling somebody here, seeing people around, he's also looking far to that person that is just coming and is rushing to work, or that person that just don't want to stay too long in the, that's the hot people. We call them hot lead. At that moment, they really need it. They want to get it, so they get it very hot. So he's citing the hot leads from afar. Then you start seeing the conductor start looking afar and start putting hands up and start saying, "Are you going? Are you going?" Then he will probably wait for that person to come around and then ask, "Are you going to Ikeja? Ikeja, Shonlo Ikeja, Shonlo Ikeja, Oshodi Ikeja." That is he going to Ikeja or Oshodi? If that person doesn't respond well, fine. But if he responds well, he enters. So, what's the lesson we are learning here? Lead generation. Some of you don't know how to generate lead. We talked about the importance of lead in the previous episode, but you don't know how to generate leads. There are strategies to generate lead, and one of them I'm going to share 4 with you. Number 1 is lead magnet. There's something we call lead magnet. What is lead magnet? You know, a magnet. What does a magnet do to any metal that it sees? It attracts them, and the magnet, the metal comes to the magnet. That's lead magneting those people that will be interested in your product. How do you magnet them? You give them what they want, free. People love free offers. They love free offer. It's like a bait, fish bait. Now put one food for inside a bait for a fish and throw inside water. The fish feels it's getting the food, whereas they are trying to get the fish. So bait, lead magnets, give them free offer. A lot of people run adverts today, but then they don't understand this, so they just go and sell immediately. It works. People sell directly. It works if you have great offer, very exciting offer, but you have to do it. But it's not easy. But you see, when you do lead magnets, give them free stuff. Okay, guys, free training on how to be a social media manager. The quickest way to be a social media manager. By the way, we are having that training on Tumihub soon in 2022. I don't know when you're listening to this. So you attract them. Then you give them maybe 1 day or 2 day free training. Just expose them to the reality of things. Give them statistics. Give them, just entice, give them, let them be eager. Then they sell to them. Some people don't sell immediately. They just give them, they continue to give free offers for a long time. Then when they eventually sell, people buy. And then they say, this person is just too good now. It's easy to sell. It's a lie. It's that process. Lead magnets, give them free value until you make a sales. Until you what? Make a sales. Until you make a sales. That's the way to go. That's the way to go. Lead magnet. Number 2, paid adverts. Another way to generate lead is for you to put your word out there. Put what you're doing out there. You can't be sitting in your room or hiding and feel people will come around. No. Put it out there for those that will need it. So how do you put it out there? That's the question. How do you put it out there? Paid ad, if you have to pay for it, pay Google, pay Mark Zuckerberg, pay Instagram, pay this, pay them, pay WhatsApp TVs. Anybody that has the traffic that that will be needing your product, go there and pay for it. Another way is organic traffic. If you don't have money to pay, then you can go organic and do it organically. How? You can do free trainings, like I said. You can do trainings and ask. This is one best way I do it. On Tumihub, you do what? We organize a webinar. Let's say personal development. We invite speakers. All these top people that talks about personal development in their field. And so we invite them and we do the flyer, do all those things, and ask them to share on their circle of influence, and we too share. Sharing it on the circle of influence, we attract their audience to ourselves, right? We sharing it, we make our own people and every other person that comes interested in the training to share. So with that, we attract more people to ourselves. That's one good way to go about it. Another good way to go about it is engage in forums, Facebook groups, Instagram. Create valuable content. Give comments that somebody will say, who is this person? Let me check your profile. Create valuable content. Content can make you get whatever you want. Whatever you want. Yeah. Another way is to use influencer marketing. Influencer marketing is the next big thing of this generation, especially this generation of social media. Yeah, influencer marketing is big. It's big, really, really big. That's just it. Very extremely big, and you shouldn't waste it. You see celebrities like Ronaldo promoting a product. When they promote it, the audience of those celebrities come around to buy your product because they trust that person they automatically rub their trust on you. Another way influencer marketing helps you is that when the influencer marketer or celebrity promote your product, you take that content, the person, and you can use it to run ads, and then it works like magic. Number 7, which is the last for this episode, don't worry, we still have about 20 more to go, and it's a lot. Is another lesson to learn is that if, let's say, somebody like me, I want to go take public transport, and when I get to the point where this conductor is, I realize that I have to go to the back to sit. I might not enter that bus and wait for the other one because I just want somewhere at the front. Then you start hearing him say, "Ewaju, come and sit at the front. Come and see. Come and see." He won't open the door for me. Then I'll walk majestically in. Or he asked me to sit in a very more convenient way instead of going to the back. In Nigeria, people don't want to go sit in the back of that bus because of a lot of things. If you want to get down, they don't want to wait for you. That place is too tight. A lot of things, so they don't want to sit at the back. So mostly they want somewhere convenient. So that's what this conductor do. He gives you the luxury and the convenience because he understands you. Understanding your target audience. Understanding your target audience is very important. A lot of people don't understand who their target audience is, and yet you say you're selling, you say you're a salesperson, you say you're an entrepreneur, you say you are a content writer. You don't know who should be reading your content. Whatever it is you're doing, you need to understand what your target. So you need to create a customer persona by making enough research. If you have to do survey, if you have to put out questionnaire, if you have to study them in a forum or somewhere, you have to get their demography, their age, their location, some of those things. Then their income. If you are selling a car worth 2 million or 3 million naira, you won't be targeting the wrong person now. You'll be targeting people that have they have at least income that can buy that product. So you need to understand their income. You need to understand their hobbies. What do they like? You need to understand their channel of socialization. Where do they socialize? You understand where do they go to socialize? Then you need to understand their challenges. Challenges. What are the challenges they're facing? You need to understand their vision. Then you need to understand their behavior. So you need to get all these things. Know that. It's very, very important. So we'll see in the next episode, right? There's a lot to learn.